thing. All you bitches best to know my name. Nobody you hoes, I'm coming from South Park. Catch you after dark, I'ma spit your fucking chest apart. Follow you. All you bitches best to know my name. Nobody you hoes, I'm coming from South Park. Catch you after dark, I'ma spit your fucking chest apart. Follow you. All you bitches best to know my name. Nobody you hoes, I'm coming from South Park. Catch you after dark, I'ma spit your fucking chest apart. Follow you. All you bitches best to know my name. Nobody you hoes, I'm coming from South Park. Catch you after dark, I'ma spit your fucking chest apart. Follow you. for this thing. All you bitches best to know my name. No good in you hoes, I'm coming from South Park. Catch you after dark, I'ma spit your fucking chest apart. Follow you.
Unknown caller.
For this thing, all you bitches best to know my name. No good in you hoes, I'm coming from South Park. Catch you after dark, I'ma spit your fucking chest apart. Follow you. For this thing, all you bitches best to know my name. No good in you hoes, I'm coming from South Park. Catch you after dark, I'ma spit your fucking chest apart. Follow you. For this thing, all you bitches best to know my name. No good in you hoes, I'm coming from South Park. Catch you after dark, I'ma spit your fucking chest apart. Follow you.
shines are scared as shit.
Facts. If Black Lives Matter was go storming the Capitol, the results would have been far different. Facts. Yep.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. It'd be way different.
Facts.
I remember all summer, y'all burned down city after city.
Big money.
What did the NBA do?
Yep.
The NBA put Black Lives Matter on a goddamn logo,
Yep.
on the goddamn court,
Yep.
in the goddamn NBA playoffs.
Big money.
They made commercials,
Yep.
goddamn service announcements.
Yep.
It was Black Lives Matter everywhere.
Yes.
Every company got in on it.
Yes.
Every company.
Big money. Big money.
It'd be way different.
Yep.
Kiss my ass. Like, what the hell y'all talking about?
Yep.
It really says you shine, you're scared as shit.
Facts.
Y'all don't got the balls the white man got.
Facts.
White man said, fuck it,
Yep.
we going right up in the goddamn Capitol.
Yep.
Hear what you shines did?
Yep.
I'ma get me some drip.
Yes.
I'ma go to Target.
Yes.
I'ma go to Walmart.
Yep.
I'ma go to Gucci.
Big money.
I'ma do all that.
Yep.
White man said, fuck that goddamn drip. I'ma give me some goddamn freedom.
Facts.
You heard what Malcolm said?
Yes.
Y'all like to pick and choose what Malcolm said.
Yep.
Malcolm said, the price for freedom is death. Freedom is death.
Facts.
The white man learned that.
Yes.
He know that for a fact.
Yes.
The white man knew that. It's 1776, motherfucker.
Yep.
Really? Really? You shine, you're scared as shit.
No threat to our Hotep, especially when the Hotep got the goddess mask off. He's working his ass off, trying to tell y'all goofy dudes what they planning. It's Hotep, Hotep. Hope you motherfuckers understand. It's Hotep, Hotep. Hope you motherfuckers understand. No threat to our Hotep, especially when the Hotep got the goddess mask off. He's working his ass off, trying to tell y'all goofy dudes what they planning. It's Hotep, Hotep. Hope you motherfuckers understand. It's Hotep, Hotep. Hope you motherfuckers understand.
The Alliance. You are now listening to the sounds of greatness.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Happy Saturday. Happy Jan-teenth. I don't know what to call it today. I just felt like streaming on a Saturday. I am Cannon Hotep of Hotep Nation. Welcome to the Cannon Hotep channel. I appreciate you guys joining in. Give yourselves a round of applause because you could be anywhere right now, but you're hanging out with me, and I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. If you're new, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification icon. It'll let you know when I got new content coming out. Please share the stream, guys. Let people know we live. You catching that replay? Leave a comment. Let me know how I'm doing. I could use that constructive criticism, guys. Man, that's got to be the greatest rant of all times, guys. It's got to be one of the greatest rants of all time, if not the greatest rant of all time. Uncle Hotep going ham about that day in January, aka we dubbed it, the Hoteps dubbed it, Jan-teenth, guys. But before we get started, my man descended a low-key with the $20 and 10 Hotep memberships. That's what I'm talking about. Salute to you, sir. Today's stream is brought to you by Descended Loki. I gotta pull a page out of HJ book on that one, y'all. I appreciate it. And you can donate to $Cannon Hotep on Cash App, Super chats, Rumble rants, always welcome, guys. I really appreciate it. Every little bit go into the channel. Every little bit goes into the channel. We doing big things in 2024. I got a lot of plans for this channel and my Rumble channel, as well as on X. Because if you didn't know, we're streaming live on X as well. So if you're not a fan of YouTube or you're not a fan of Rumble, you can always go over to X. You can always go over to X. Anyway, so what I want to do, yo, I want to run that back. But I want to run the original back with Uncle Hotep so you can see the passion in Uncle Hotep's eyes when he was talking, or the passion in his shades when he was talking about that day in January. Man, it's going to go down. It's going to go down in history as one of the greatest rants of all time. So let's get back to it. Let's go back over here to this, to the original. Let me see. Actually, I'm going to go full screen for this one. Let's go. There we go.
A lot of people were saying if it was black folks, right?
Oh, yeah,
Can we talk about this? If
Yes.
black folks were doing it,
Yeah.
it'd be a different. Even Biden said it. Biden announced his attorney general today. He even came up with this BS. If Black Lives Matter was storming the Capitol, the results would have been far different. Okay. Really? Yeah, you're right. You're right. Y'all right. It'd be way different. I remember all summer, y'all burned down city after city. What did the NBA do? The NBA put Black Lives Matter on a goddamn logo, on the goddamn court, in the goddamn NBA playoffs.
Facts.
They made commercials. They made goddamn service announcements.
Y'all remember this, right? Unc was going off. Y'all remember this? They even put it in the video games, right? In racism on the back of the helmet or the jersey of the football player, or in the end zone of the football player, right? Y'all remember when they put Black Lives Matter down the center of the street in was it DC and a couple of other cities, right? This is during the Summer of Love when they had the chop, where that was kind of a real insurrection, if you want to call it that, because they took over a whole city block, including the police station, and I think the courthouse. But what about when they occupied the Michigan City Hall? No, this was all, we had Congress putting on they dashikis and they kente cloth and taking the knee and all this other stuff. Right? All a sham. But then we have real Americans, real patriots that want to protest what happened, during the 2020 election. Oh, it's an insurrection. Guys. They're trying to take over the United States of America. They're trying to have a coup. This is a mutiny.
It was Black Lives Matter everywhere. Every company got in on it.
Yep.
Every company.
Yep. Big money.
Oh, yo, kiss my ass. Like, what the hell y'all talking about? It'd be way different. They would have shot. You know what really says? It really says you shines, you're scared as shit. Y'all don't got the balls the white man got. The white man said, fuck it, I'm going to go get me some freedom. We going right up in the goddamn Capitol. You know what you shines did? Oh, I'm going to get me some drip. I'm going to go to Target. I'm going to go to Walmart. I'm going to go to Gucci. I'm going to do all that. White man said, fuck that goddamn drip. I'm going to get me some goddamn freedom. That's what the white man said. The price, you heard what Malcolm said. See, y'all like to pick and choose what Malcolm says.
Yeah.
Y'all like to pick and choose. Malcolm said the price for freedom is death.
Yes.
The white man learned that. He know that for a fact.
Yes.
They knew that. The white man knew that in 1776, motherfucker.
One of the greatest rants ever. All times right there. Uncle Hotep was right. He was right. It's in our Constitution. And on the Constitution, I think it's the Bill of Rights. It might be the Bill of Rights. What's the Bill of Rights? The first 10 bullet points or whatever. that if we do not like our government, we can abolish and create a new one. Right? Now, we all know what happened that day. We all know what happened that day. Hotep's been told you what happened that day. Juneteenth was a setup. Juneteenth was a trap that freedom-loving American patriots fell for. Just before I was YouTubing and doing all that other stuff, I'm sitting at my desk. That's a good question. The question of the day is, where were you during Juneteenth? Where were you during Juneteenth? I'm sitting at my desk at work yelling it's a trap. But we all know that day one footage always messes you up. That day one footage always messes the narrative up. That day one footage showed Capitol Police opening those stanchions. Right? It showed people getting handed blunt force objects out of the basement of it, out of a basement window. It showed agent provocateurs. It showed people like Ray Epps. Shit stirring. Agent provocateurs, people. We've since learned that day was a setup. We know that Nancy Pelosi's daughter was there filming that day by coincidence. All just by happenstance. Just so happened to be there. We know that, right? We know that the FBI will neither confirm nor deny the existence of informants in that crowd, provoking people to do things they otherwise wouldn't have done. Joe Ham Sandwich said, I was watching live on my computer yelling, don't go in. Loki said, I was planning to go, but a bus broke down. Dodged a bullet. Boy, did you dodge a bullet. I wanted to go. I did want to go, but I knew better. I did want to go, but I knew better. I thought about it because I don't live far. I'm 40 minutes? You know, I'm 40 minutes from DC. I thought about it. I was like, you know what? Let me make that trip, right? Let me make that trip. And then I was like, you know what? Nah, it's not a good idea. Something gonna go down. Something don't add up with this. You know, especially when you know, word on the street is that the the DC Metro Police refused to assist the Capitol Police, or refused to assist Donnie T in securing the area as he gave his speech. I knew it was a setup from that point. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna go down there. I'm gonna chill. Jay Pylon says, let me fix this real quick. I don't know why this always does this. There we go. Boom. All right. He says, I know. I was like, this is nothing. The night before, there was guys like Epps walking around, and I knew the setup was a go. I was like, oh boy, here comes the Alphabet Boys. Yeah. You know, and then what came behind that, right? They tried to say Donnie T pulled a passenger 57 in the back of the limo and was trying to turn the limo around and all this other stuff, but it went from him trying to do a passenger 57 to turn the limo around to he didn't try to stop the quote unquote mob. But see, like I said, that day one footage kills you. 'Cause I remember, because I'm sitting there on Twitter, I'm watching Alex Jones' Twitter. I'm watching Owen Schroeder's Twitter. I was watching who was down there? Was it? I know Patriot J was down there, but I don't know if he was live. I think Mukhtar was down there live. I think. I know I was watching somebody from one of the Hoteps was down there. I was watching a couple of people's streams, and I'm watching the news. You know, but I'm looking at Donnie T's Twitter, and he put out a statement saying, "Go home in peace. This is not how we do stuff." You know, he said that, but you know what happened? Every social media outlet made a concerted effort to kill that video. Coincidence? I think not. Exactly, Jay. I seen him. I watched him that day. I was like, yo, this a trap. Never forget that the government had 50 cals, DFPs, APCs, and soldiers patrolling your capital to make sure you couldn't go there. Exactly. Salute. Pro said, I was tearing down a house. I took a break and was going to flag wave outside of my city hall. There was a narc in the group. Damn. Word? Damn, yo, they infiltrated them. They infiltrated the Proud Boys for real, didn't they? Damn, they had y'all infiltrated all over the place. That's crazy. NJSP got there before the guard did. Bruh, everybody got there before the guard did. I could have made it there before the guard made it there. It's coming, man. Be patient. We're going to talk about the aliens. But you know, this is a solemn day today. This is Juneteenth. You got to recognize the fuckery for what it was back in 2020. We got to recognize it for what it was. The Senator Loki said, "Kept my freedom thanks to a radiator hose popping." Oh Lord. Oh man, here we go. Tons of Proud Boys are racists, if you say so. You was in one of their Telegram groups. Feel free to respond to that protocol. I think that Cassidy Hutchinson is going to run for Senate. I was trolling ABC under that last interview she did. I guess I was cussing. I was cussing bots. Oh, I got a video on my Rumble channel about Cassidy Hutchinson. Actually, it was on my YouTube channel, right? It was on my YouTube channel, but YouTube struck me down for a week and pulled that video. I poked holes all in her story that she was given to the Juneteenth committee that night. I poked holes all through her story. Feel free to go back and watch it. It's on my Rumble channel. I poked holes all through that story. Even showed the videos that the news wouldn't show in context. Next thing you know, my video went down the night before. You know. You know, that's just crazy. It's crazy. And the reason I say that, I'm just call you real. The reason I say that is Protocol is a black man, and he is a part of the Proud Boys. He was a proud member of the Proud Boys, and he could tell you what was going on in there firsthand. He was in there. He's a part of it. You know. I do know there was infiltrators. I do know that. I do know that Enrique Ontario was an informant. I do know that he got extracted before that day happened. You know what I mean? It's a lot of things, guys. Sleight of hand happened that day. All to kill the vote to recertify the election. All to kill the vote to recertify the election. You know, that's the sad part. You know, why did Nancy Pelosi say that when Donald Trump asked for, was it 10,000 National Guards troops? Was it 10,000 or 100,000? I think it was just 10,000 National Guards troops. Nancy Pelosi said no, she didn't like the optics. She didn't like the optics, right? She didn't like the optics. And we all know why she didn't like the optics. I said it on Tim Pool when I was on Tim Pool. I said we all know now why she did not like the optics of National Guard troops being on the ground during Trump's rally, because she needed the optics that she got at the Capitol. She needed that manufactured riot that happened, because that's what it was, manufactured. All you need is a couple of angry people, and you get a couple of agent provocateurs in the crowd. You know, speaking, you know, like you had, like, remember back in the day, you see the cartoons with the angel and the devil on the shoulder. All you need to do is have that one little devil in your ear telling you, hey, won't you do this? Won't you do this? You know what I mean? And then boom, next thing you know, it only take a few, and then the other dummies start following suit. And that's what happened, and that's what they counted on, and that's what they got. And it was enough to go, you know what? This is egregious. This is the worst thing that happened to America since 9/11. This is the worst thing that happened to America since Pearl Harbor. That's what they was telling us, right? And they said, you know what? Let's not even vote on the validity of the election. Let's just go ahead and pass it through because of Juneteenth. And that's what they did. That's what they did. Go figure, right? Boy, they play dirty, don't they? Boy, do they play dirty. Holy smokes. Oh my gosh, man. But you know, it's all good. We're going to get back on track. You know, then we find out in the Twitter files about that day in January, Juneteenth, that there were multiple informants down there doing certain things. We found out that the FBI had a backdoor or a fucking bat phone to Twitter. We found all this stuff out, guys. All this discovery. And they're trying to stifle it. They're trying to act like it never happened. They're trying to act like we don't know what we're talking about. Don't believe your lying eyes is what they say, right? And that's what they want from us. Don't believe your lying eyes. I'm trying to find this Cassidy Hutchins thing so I can give it to y'all. But needless to say, it's crazy that it's been 4 years. It's been 4 years since this happened. And they're still trying to tell you, you know, nobody got killed except for allegedly Ashley Babbitt. Nobody got killed except for Ashley Babbitt, allegedly. Thanks for the follow there, real one. I got so many things on Juneteenth in this thing. I'm trying to find it. Where is it? DC Mayor calls on National Guard. That's not it. But I'm gonna find it. But yeah, man. I was sitting at my desk and I was like, don't do it. Don't go. Don't go. Here it go. Right here. Bow. Okay. Yeah, there it go right there. So let me show you guys. And I'll put the link in the I'll share it in the chat. I'll put it in the description actually. I'll share it in the chat, or I'll put it in the description of this video. So to be in the comments that let's do this. Boom. So you guys can go back and watch it and see why YouTube was like, shut it down. YouTube says, shut it down. I think I spelled her name right. Yeah. All right, so I put it in the description of Rumble, so you guys can check it out after this. And I'm going to go ahead and put it over here in the description of YouTube, so y'all can watch it. Boom. Then we're going to do this real quick. Just make sure I spell her name right. All right, there we go. And it's in the description on YouTube, so you can go back and watch that, guys. We got 31 on YouTube. Let's get 31 thumbs up, guys. What we got over here on Rumble? You know, people on Rumble, they like to lurk. You know what I mean? Where we at? Oh, wrong one. Boom. There we go. We got 15 watching over on Rumble. Let's get them thumbs up, guys. But anyway. Shit is crazy, though. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to pull another one. They try to pull another false flag event where a bunch of quote-unquote patriots like Patriot Prayer. And what's the other one? The ones with the red and black fucking blazers that they swear up and down the new Reich. That they don't descend on some unsuspecting town acting a fool. It's election season, guys. It's election season. Get low. Yeah, this is the greatest attack in history. In history. You know, 9/11 was nothing compared to that day in January. Holy smokes. I tell you. Oh, my goodness gracious. But, you know, I digress. Anyway. Happy Janine, folks. Go. Oh, it's snowing here, so I can't even get on the fucking grill. I'm about to say I want to go grill me some steaks and some dogs up. You know what I mean? That's what I wanted to do for Janine. And go hand out some hot dogs to my fellow white Americans in my neighbor. I don't even know if I got any white neighbors. But you know what I'm talking about, guys. Go celebrate. I might hit the bar later. I might hit the bar later and have a couple drinks in honor of Janine. Maybe I'll stream from the bar. We'll see. But anyway. Let's get to it, guys. So, we got aliens vacationing in Miami. Hey, Daisy girl, I think it was you, wasn't it? Or was it Jeannie? I can't remember. Who was saying it? I think you said that they said it was 8 foot and 10 foot tall aliens down in Miami. When me and Jay was talking about what happened down there. So the official story that I reported on, because I didn't hear about the alien part until yesterday, right? Even though you did warn me about it, was that it was some kids down there acting a whole fool, right? These kids was down there acting an entire fool, a horde of kids, and it were prompted a police response to go down there and squash the shit. The kids were beating people up in the street and all this other stuff, right? But when you look at the pictures, right? Let me pull some of this. Let me go to Twitter and pull this shit up. Let me see. When you look at the pictures, right? I'm like, yo, you need that many police? Let's see. Close that real quick. Let's see. Hold on, where that shit at? Okay, so this is the shit that we were seeing. Damn. 2 back surgeries, man. Hope you recover. Man. I know the back surgeries is crazy. I gotta take my father to the hospital on Thursday. He getting his rotator cuff reattached. He tore the whole thing. You know. So this is what I was seeing right here, right? You seen these?
Caught on
Look,
camera
check this
beating
out.
up a man in downtown Miami. Tonight, they're facing several charges for this attack and for the panic caused at Bayside Marketplace last night. Police say more than 50 juveniles damaged stores, started fights, and set off fireworks.
So, okay, so that's the story that I was running with, right? I was like, all right, you got kids acting a whole damn fool. Now that shit is just some shit. So, so then you look at this video here, right? Turn it down a little bit. Hopefully it shows it. It was a ton of police show. And I live in Baltimore City. Oh, here we go. Oh my gosh, see? These memes be killing me. I'm just trying to get it. So, all right, so let's do this. So they're saying that this thing here, hold on. Fuck it, hold on. We're gonna go back to that. Goodness gracious. It's funny how much shit just come out now. Here we go. So we got the kids running. So people was like, what are they running from? Now me naturally, like, they running from the fucking police. Right? But people was like, no, it's more than that. They're not just running from the police. Now people think that this is, I don't know if they think this is an alien, but clearly that's a bunch of people. That's a bunch of people. It's not an alien. Okay? They keep showing kids running. Hold on, where's it at? I want to get that aerial view of how many police was out there. Here it go. Thank you. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Look at this. Look at the police response, right? Now I live in Baltimore City, right? And kids get out of hand, right? Kids get really out of hand, right? Sorry. I've never seen a police response like this for what happens downtown in the harbor. It looked like they had the entire police precinct down here at Bayside Marketplace. Look, it had every officer on duty at Bayside Marketplace. And I'm like, do you really need that much of a police response for these kids? I said, what the hell else is going on? So then, lo and behold, there was aliens out there, right? Now, if you know me, I believe there's some aliens out in the world. I don't care what nobody say. My question is, are they living here with us? Are they in another dimension? Or are they out and abroad, out in deep space, or whatever you want to call it? Right? What up, Emmanuel? You can't tell me there ain't no aliens, goddammit. Now, the reason why I thought about this and I gave this some credence, and I need to find it. Right? Is because, was it the same day? It might have been the same day that this happened. Dan Bongino on his show, shout out to Dan Bongino. I like listening to Dan Bongino. Dan Bongino on his show said, let me see if I can't find it. This might be it. See. Dan Bongino said on his show he saw some weird shit outside his house. And he said it was hovering. It didn't look like anything that he ever seen before. Right? And I thought that was pretty interesting. I said, okay. And then this shit happened in Miami. But the report was there's a bunch of kids acting a fool. There's a bunch of kids acting a fool, right? Let me see if this is it. I'm trying to find it. The what's the name? Hold on. That ain't it. That must be this one. Here we go. I'm gonna play a clip from his show. Check it out. Oh shit, I gotta turn this on.
The hell is that?
I don't know, buddy. And I know me and Joe talked extensively about this before the show. I do that all the time. You guys gotta remind me to turn the volume. I like watching you guys in the chat, especially with this, and I wind up watching my own show. The ad creeps up on the show. So, Justin, if you would play this video, okay? This is what I saw in my backyard now 2 nights in a row. 2 nights in a row. That's important because I know what you're going to say. First, you're going to say, Dan, look what it's emitting. Look at that. This is probably it's probably the SpaceX launch last, I'm guessing. I live on the Treasure Coast, which is about 40 miles north of Palm Beach on the east coast of Florida. I live right off the water. Now, this is not from my house. This is a different video. But that thing on the left is what I saw last night. I didn't see the thing on the right, which appears to be the SpaceX launch. I saw that thing on the left. Now, here's where it gets weird. I saw the exact same thing in front of my house the day before when there was no launch. And I mean hovering, not moving. Now, a couple of people have 2 nights in a row. A couple of people have responded to me and said, that's just an optical illusion. It was moving. Folks, it was not moving. It was seriously like 200 yards away from my house. My wife was in my living room, and she's like, why is there a bright light shining in our house? I said, it's just a reflection. She's like, that's not a reflection. So I went and looked on my porch in the back out over the water, and the thing was hovering right there. It wasn't moving. I can see it. I don't know what it is. It was just a really bright light. And then it started slowly moving. It stopped again and started moving again. It was emitting something like an exhaust or spray. So someone said to me, maybe it was a mosquito spray or something. Folks, I didn't look like no mosquito sprayer to me. So if you guys have anyone in the chat have any idea what that, but why was it like emitting exhaust? What was coming out of it? I don't understand. Maybe it was a drone. I don't know. You guys deliberate in the chat.
And the thing about that, right? Some people probably would dismiss it as what he just said. Oh, it's a drone or mosquito sprayer. Except one night, right? This is when I started to get into all of this shit, right? I started to get into all of this shit. And just like Real's saying, right? He's saying that he's seen Karma is real. Karma is real. I had to read it, everything's running out. Karma is real. So I'm gonna just call you Real. So a real one said is that they've seen UFOs, twice so far, Ohio and Virginia, right? Karma is real also says, my father was CIA early 90s to 2001, aliens out there for sure. Now, one day, this is when I really started getting into it. I don't know why I started getting into this shit. I think it was because I came across a video with those guys from Gaia, and I know some of them might be snake oil salesmen. I get it. But we were talking about this the other night, matter of fact. I told you that I had what I thought were dreams as a kid where I was off-world fighting. But I wasn't a kid. I was an adult fighting off-world. But, I would like see myself floating back into my body every night. But I was off-world fighting something, right? Also told a story that, I don't know if the shit was a dream or not, where I remember waking up and I heard some crazy shit outside. So I look out my window and I see something running from what looked to be like humans, but they were in like, this is when I was like 7 or 8. Okay, so Halo wasn't fucking around. Halo wasn't around back then. But these people seem to be in these Halo suits, like the suits you see on Halo. And they're chasing this thing. And they're like able to like jump off the buildings and shit like that, the houses. And then this thing came through my window and shifted and shape-shifted into some shit. Mind you, I'm 8. I don't know about none of this shit that we know about shit now, right? And it hid in the corner of my room and shape-shifted into something. And then they knew it was that. So then they shot at it or did something. It turned back into what it was and hauled ass somewhere. I don't know where the fuck the shit went. I went to get out of the bed and they hit me with something. Right? And I couldn't fucking move. I couldn't move for like, I don't know, like a couple of seconds. But by the time I could get out the bed, I was so fucking scared. I just ran straight to my fucking mother house. My mother room. Right? Then my mom told me that one day it was me, her, my dad, and my cousin. I was probably, she said I was a baby. She said I might have been 2, something like that. And they were headed to my grandfather's house from the ice cream from like, what's it called? Friendly's. And they were going down this back road, and this back road to my grandfather's house back in the day, like if you went down this back road now, it's got houses all over the place, right? But even when I was a kid, like back in the day, even when I started driving and stuff, this road has always been this fucking pitch dark road, right? It's called Marley Neck? Yeah, Marley Neck Road. And you go down this stretch road, it's probably 5-mile stretch, and it's just dark. Like if you turned your lights out on that street, you couldn't see your hand in front of you. Dark going down. She said, so then she said it was a light over top of them, and she looked out the window and she said she saw a fucking UFO. Just over the tree line. And my father had stopped for a second. They looked, and she said my father was like, fuck this, and he fucking hauled ass, right? My cousin says he remembered this. She said my cousin might have been 5 or 6. And my father hauled ass. Fast forward to when I'm starting to really get into the stuff after I started to realize some of the shit that I like, damn, maybe I was astral traveling. Maybe I did fight off world. Because the whole 20 and back shit, right? Y'all know that whole story of 20 and back, right? So the whole 20 and back shit started coming out, right? What is that? Cannon isn't what? Cannon isn't content with popping rounds in this planet. He wants to go interstellar. Bruh. I don't know. It was weird. I just remember that as a kid, and I always thought it was a dream until I saw other videos of other people who recount the same shit that I was like, oh shit, no, I remember that. I thought I was just dreaming. I was like, maybe they tripping. Maybe it was a dream. Like I still, just saying. Anyway. So I'm all in this stuff. So I start researching a lot of stuff. I start researching things, right? Because I used to dismiss the whole UFO thing. I used to dismiss it, right? Even in this book right here, the very first fucking chapter of this book, Behold a Pale Horse, Bill Cooper talks about what he saw. He was in the military. He was in the Navy. And they were, on a ship, and they saw a UFO fly out of the fucking water and fly into the water. See, this is a pretext on why he said he had all the information he had. He saw this shit go out of the water again and fly back into the water. Him and everybody else on the ship saw this shit, right? They get back to, I guess they get back to like the mainland or whatever. I forgot where he said they were. Anyway, so they weren't allowed to get off the ship. One of the big wigs get on the ship. Everybody has to meet with this big wig before they get off the ship. So he was one of the last people to go in, and he could tell by the way these guys were coming out that something was up. So when he got in there and they asked him about what he saw out there on that water, he was like, I ain't see shit. I don't know what y'all talking about. I ain't see a goddamn thing. All right. And then he said from then on, he started getting all this classified shit. He started getting promoted and all this other stuff, right? And he's like, I ain't see shit. And that's when he started getting promoted, and he started seeing things come across his desk that otherwise probably wouldn't have come across his desk because he knew how to keep his mouth shut. So I thought that shit was crazy. And I said it before. I used to tell people, when I used to tell people about the book, I'm like, look, he got some UFO shit in that book. I don't believe UFO shit, but I think everything else is valid. Now I got to believe the UFO shit. So let me get back to it. So when I'm out here and I started really researching shit, right? I started playing No Man's Sky. I was really into it. I'm really researching, right? Because, I'm just like, all right, no, it's got to be something out here. So two instances, let's just say it was 2013, right? Maybe 2014. I'm going to say 2014. Yeah, I'm going to say 2014. So I'm outside with the dog, right? Me and the dog out in the front yard. And I had this whole habit, right, of just looking at the sky after this point. I would just always look up at the sky, right? So I'm looking up there. MLB told me everything I need to know about aliens. So I'm sitting there looking up the sky like I usually do. I'm like, okay. And I see this thing that I'm thinking is like a star or whatever. But this shit is too low to be a star, right? So the shit, like Dan Bongino just said, is hovering. It's hovering. I'm like, okay, that's not a fucking star. What is that? So I'm looking. I'm like, okay. Now, mind you, I didn't have any of this shit back here. I didn't start getting into guns until like 2015, 2016. Anyway, so I'm looking and I'm like, what the fuck is this? This shit starts moving towards me. It did exactly what Dan Bongino said. It got close and then it stopped. I'm like, and then that shit started moving towards me, slow, but it's moving toward me and it looked like it's descending and it's moving toward me. It looked like a little fucking dot at first. And I wasn't waiting around to see what the fuck it was coming toward me. I got my dumb ass in the house. I was like, okay, that's interesting. And so I would just look out the window. And then one night my wife saw the shit. And she was like, yo, what is that? And she chalked up to be a drone, but after a while she said, yo, I don't know if that's a drone. Why is it always by our house? Why is it always over here by our house? I was like, I don't know. Right? Then another day, we're at this is probably the same year. We're at a wedding in Virginia. We're at a wedding in Virginia. I forgot what it is. It's some big like venue out there. It's an old plantation. They got pictures of niggas picking cotton and everything. So we at this wedding, and we talking to this couple, and I started talking to them about, Secure Team 10, which is one of my favorite YouTube channels that talk about UFOs and stuff like that, and some experiences that I've been seeing, some things I've been seeing. Right? Not to mention, I forgot about this. I was sitting at a park one day just because I don't know. I just needed I just sat at a park one day, and I could have swore I saw a portal open up over the sky. And I was like, okay, I'm fucking crazy now. I could have swore I saw a portal open up over the sky, and something translucent go into it. No joke. I'm like, okay, I'm losing it. I got in the car and just left, right? And now I can't discount none of this shit. I think all of this shit is real now, right? But I'm at this wedding and we're talking about the UFOs and shit. So we're out on the balcony of this venue, and I'm looking out, right? I'm looking out, into the void, into the sky, and I see these fucking orbs. I see like 7 orbs, right? They just doing this shit and they just moving around, right? And I point to this shit. I'm like, yo, y'all see that? And at first they ain't see it. I'm like, yo, y'all don't see them lights moving. Like, they was like, maybe they're just spotlights. I said, those are not fucking spotlights. I was like, watch how they're moving. So they start moving, they're moving, and the guy goes, huh, that is weird. And he left it at that. And they try to change the subject, right? So let them change the subject. Right? I do Miss Tyler 2 Streets. So I get home a couple days later. Who's reporting on this shit? The shit that I seen? Because I wasn't far from DC. Secure Team 10. Strange lights over DC. Strange lights over DC. And he's showing a video that somebody got of the lights moving around, but in DC. And then just taking off. It was almost similar to what they described when they said that the lights visited the fucking White House. Like they visited FDR and then took off. Or Eisenhower, whoever it was. And took off. And I'm like, yo, fucking aliens is real. I don't care what nobody say. But the thing is, I don't know if they live here. I don't know if they're interdimensional. Or if they coming from out in outer space somewhere. I'm willing to think that, or if they're time travelers. I don't know. I'm willing to think that what we call extraterrestrial, they live here. I think that this earth is bigger than what people tell us it is. I think there is something beyond the poles, like Admiral Richard Byrd said. I think there are. I think there's things beyond the poles, like Admiral Richard Byrd said. Right? I think they live inside, and I think they live beyond our poles. Which would make sense because y'all know about the treaty out there in Antarctica, right? 52 nations, right? We at war. Everywhere is at war. Everybody fighting with each other. But they got that treaty out there in Antarctica, 52 nation treaty, where you can't go beyond a certain point of Antarctica. If you get too far, somebody's government is going to turn you around. I'm just saying. I'm a flat earther. I ain't married to the ball no more. I'll say that to you. I ain't married to the ball no more, and I don't think we've been to the moon the way they told us we went to the moon. I'm gonna say the way they told us we went to the moon. I'm not gonna say I'm flat earth. For all I know, the earth could be an infinite plane. This could be a whole algorithm or a simulation. I don't know. But I'm gonna tell you this, whether it's flat earth or simulation theory, right? Anything like that, to me that proves there's a creator. To me that proves that there's a creator. Simple as that. You know, the funny part is that people bag on flat earth, but flat earth theory and people looking into flat earth has actually changed a lot of people's minds on religion and the thought of being, you know, that we're like a divine creation. I'm just saying. But yeah, the moon landing is bullshit. We know the moon landing is bullshit. However, I think there's a way to get off world, and it's not a fucking rocket through the sky. I think those stargates that they found in Afghanistan, I think those are real. I think that's real. I think that's why they made the movie Stargate based off of it. It's funny that they made the movie Stargate in the 90s, but then like in the mid 2000s they come out and they talk about they found these stargates in Afghanistan that look like the stargates that was in the movie Stargate. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like I said, I ain't married to the ball though. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't think we went to the moon the way they told us that we went to the moon. Is there a way there? Oh yeah, 1000% there's a way there. But it ain't through no spaceship. That's just me. You know what I mean? Electric universe is I never heard of the electric universe theory. That's interesting. I never looked at it. That'd be interesting. And I think, like I said, art imitates life, right? So like what he just said is either flat or a hollow on Godzilla Monsterverse shit. What's his name? King Kong. When they went into the hollow earth, there was a whole nother ecosystem, a whole nother world in there. It's a possibility that we hollow earth and that these extraterrestrials live inside the earth and we live out here. And think about it, right? It will kind of make sense simply because what happened when we dropped those atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki? That's when we got the reports of the those orbs of light over the White House, and that alleged story that Eisenhower met with the I forgot what they were called, the tall white people, and they took, and then people seen them taking off. Basically, like, y'all gonna start dropping these nukes. Y'all about to fuck up where everybody live, you know. Godzilla swam under and through the continents. It's a possibility. I think that a lot of truth is told in these movies, yo. A lot of truth is told in these movies. The fact that some of these James Bond movies are based on true stories, it tells you a lot. Tom Clancy, his stories, they're based in fact. I wouldn't be surprised. Godzilla used hollow earth tunnels. Not to mention King Kong was from the hollow earth. Go watch that movie. Yeah. Our first nuclear aircraft carrier was followed by something. Not to mention, remember, from both the German pilots and the United States pilots, they said that these orbs of light was flying with them, and they labeled them what? The Foo Fighters. And I ain't talking about David Grohl and his band. I'm talking about that's where they got their name from, the Foo Fighters. They said there was these orbs of light that was flying next to them, and they could do shit that their planes couldn't do. Not to mention Admiral Richard Byrd, when him, right? And apparently it's just documented that this expedition happened. Operation High Jump, I think it was, or Icebreaker. I think it was High Jump, right? When they got to a certain point in Antarctica, they faced off against some kind of flying machines that was whooping their ass. I think it was America, Argentina, which tells you a lot that Argentina was a part of it. That makes me feel like Dolph and his boys was a part of that whole situation too. America, Argentina, Great Britain, New Zealand, and Australia. I forgot. It was 5 nations that went on this trip, on this expedition. And they got out there to a certain point, and these orbs of light came out and started whooping these machines came out and started whooping their ass in the sky, and they retreated back. Next thing you know, we got a 52 nation treaty saying we can't go past a certain point in Antarctica. Just saying, Loki said Chinese drones from the future. Who knows? The Black Knight satellite, Cristobal Colon journals. I'm telling you guys, there's other intelligent life out there. And for us to think that we're the only intelligent life out there is crazy, in my opinion. It is crazy. And if, I believe there's a creator. I believe there's a God. And I believe that if God created us and created our whole ecosystem and created all of this here, who's to say that he didn't do that somewhere else? Who's to say that God was like, all right, Earth, this is it? Who's to say there's not another version or variant of us somewhere else that God created as well? I'm just saying. Buzz spilled the beans. I'm just saying, it's a lot of stuff out there, guys, to suggest that there are aliens, or people to think that we're the only intelligent life in this world or in this universe or whatever. I think that's short-sighted, and I think that a lot of intelligent life lives here. There's our oceans are not even close to being explored. But they said like 85 or 90% of the Earth, the oceans are unexplored. He did say there are falling angels, and that's what even with the Bible, right? And this what made me think about this with the Bible, the movie The Knowing, right? You remember the movie The Knowing, and that's what it was with Nicolas Cage and his son. His school unearthed this time capsule, and the son could read these numbers, like it looked like gematria numbers, but he could read these numbers, right? And then the son saw the end of the world coming or whatever it was. Right. Anyway, so when I went and rented it from Blockbuster, that's how old I am. When I went and rented it from Blockbuster, the guy was arguing with the girl about the movie, and because he saw it was a good movie, yo. And the guy was like, "Yo, me and her had this argument. You tell me what you think the people are at the end of the movie, right?" So he didn't give me any hints. He just told me what you think they are. So I watched the movie, and I'm like, beings of light. They're angels. They're angels. It's like they're angels. I told him that when I went back. He said, "That's what I said. She think they're aliens." And then I go, that's interesting, right? Because, when you read the Bible, you hear passages just like, chariots of fire and, the burning bush and all this other stuff, right? And I go, what if science and religion go hand in hand? I was like, what if the angels are extraterrestrial? What if they are extraterrestrial? The angels that came down and made it with the women of Earth, what if they were extraterrestrials? What if heaven's another dimension, or heaven's another galaxy, right? Or it's Planet X, Nibiru, or whatever. What if that is the case? Right? Kind of like Kung Lung. Remember that off of Iron Fist, Kung Lung, where it's like every so often it comes into our dimension? I was like, what if that's the case? What if all of the miracles performed by Jesus Christ were science, was his science, but we looked at it as miracles because the people of the time didn't know how to describe this stuff because it was beyond their understanding. So they saw chariots of fire. That they could just describe it the way they looked at it, but they didn't know what it was, essentially. Maybe if it happened here in our time now, we would see it as something different. Oh, that's a damn spaceship. Who knows? Who knows the story in Atlanta? Maybe, in Miami. Maybe that story in Miami, maybe both of it's true. All right? Maybe the aliens are a troll. Maybe they're not. Maybe the kids were acting a fool that day and people saw shit that they couldn't understand at the same time. Maybe both is true. Maybe whatever those beings were, and let's go to the Bible, right? Let's go biblical. Let's go Constantine. The movie with, Constantine, right? He's a DC comic, but they did the movie with Keanu Reeves. If you go watch that movie, let's just say that there was some shadow being out there influencing the minds of them children, had them children acting a whole fool at Bayside Marketplace. Maybe the police were responding to these kids acting a whole fool. But maybe it was something there influencing their minds that made them act that way. And some people saw those entities. Just saying, it's a possibility. I wouldn't discount it. I've seen things in my life. Things I don't usually talk about. I've experienced things. I've been places I shouldn't have been and I shouldn't have walked away from, and I did. My mother, she's seen things in her lifetime that she don't normally talk about. Things that people would think she was nuts. That is just unexplainable. Mr. Street says messages in the movie Constantine. Well, he said maybe it was scrolls. Would you breed with an alien if you had the opportunity? I don't know. She got fat ass. Is she like one of them aliens Captain Kirk was messing with? Just saying though. It's one of them Star Trek Captain Kirk aliens that he was getting with, or one of them aliens that Star-Lord was getting with. I don't know. Yeah, if the alien got a set of heavies and a wagon and dragging that wagon, I don't know. I'm just saying. people was tripping about Nick Fury being married to the Skrull. I'm like, she can transform into whatever he asked her to transform into. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You know. I don't know. What would y'all do? Would y'all mate with an alien? Oh man. Who's to say that some of us don't have extraterrestrial DNA in us already though? They probably do. Think about it, right? When they said the Nephilim and all them, the aliens came down, what they do? They taught women what? They taught women alchemy and makeup and all that stuff. So you already know they probably had the BBLs jumping. Oh no. Oh no. I mean, I don't know if the alien, I mean, like I said, I don't know, yo. One of them Captain Kirk aliens, might try to see what that be like. Oh, man. Oh, shucks. That is fucking hilarious. Loki said all day. Oh man, I'm just saying, yo. Y'all tell me. Loki said he need him a green honey. You know, who am I to discriminate, gosh dang it. Long as she a natural alien woman. Man said Earth woman crazy enough for him. Got me looking like Zap Brannigan. Matter says 03 tickle fights. Hell yeah. Robert Banks said 9-foot tall aliens with fat asses sign me up for death. Snoo. Remember that cartoon back in the day? Oh man, that is funny. Miller said, you want another flood? He got a point, man. Miller got a point. Do you want another flood? Leave them aliens alone. Well, yeah, we got the first flood because the women was messing with the Nephilim. Or the fallen angels. That is true. No, we don't want history to repeat itself. Oh man. That is funny. When you was young, you had green lady sightings in your neighborhood? That's crazy. But yeah, yo. I believe it's aliens. Were there aliens in Miami that day? I don't think so. I mean, it could have been. It could have been. Like I said, it could have been. I doubt it, but it could have been. It could have been both. Could have been kids down there. Maybe it may not have been aliens. It could have been just evil entities down there encouraging and influencing the kids to do some crazy shit. You know what I mean? That's a possibility. That is a possibility. Maybe people did see aliens, or maybe people did see some beings. Like, for example, right? This was interesting. So anybody, thumbs up in the chat, fire emoji in the chat, or whatever, if you ever heard of Woodward TV. Anybody ever heard of Woodward TV? I can't stop messing with these bullets. Anybody ever heard of Woodward TV? So that's another one of my favorite YouTube channels. So before I found out about the Y Files, right, it was Woodward TV, and I still watch Woodward TV. He was talking about the Slender Man, and he was talking about another being. It was a tall, shadowy figure with a top, with a hat, a top hat or whatever, a derby on. And I'm watching that on Woodward TV, right? A few days later, I'm at my dad's house just chilling, and he's like, "Hey, yo, something crazy happened the other night." And I'm like, "Word? What you talking about?" He said, "I'm sleeping in the bed, and I hear something upstairs, some kind of commotion. So I get out the bed, and I go up the steps. I get to the top of the steps, about to go up to your brother's room, and I see this tall figure with a hat like mine on, like a cowboy hat. He said it almost looked like the one I wear. And my father is like, he's the guy you like. If there is a attack on humanity by like some kind of like evil entity or you know what I mean, some kind of demonistic something, he the guy you want around, right? You want him around because I think they're afraid of him. Right? So my father said, what did he say? He said, I think he said the devil is a liar and you need to get away from here. And whatever it was disappeared. I thought it was crazy, because I didn't think he was crazy. I thought the story was crazy because I just watched Woodward TV and he was just discussing the Slender Man and this other dark shadowy figure with the hat. My father don't even watch Woodward TV or none of that shit. And he described the same exact thing that Woodward TV described. I think these dimensional beings, or these I don't know what you want to call them, these entities are real. I think a lot of that stuff that people dismiss as like crazy conspiracy theory stuff, I think it's real stuff, yo. Mr. Street says, we had a shadow figure in the house. Come to find out, he was getting headaches from a broken heating furnace and could have died. Damn. See, so you had like carbon monoxide poisoning or some shit like that. But then again, maybe they was coming. Maybe that figure was coming to collect y'all if y'all did. I don't know. Bobby said transdimensional beings. Yeah. But my dad ain't got no furnace. He got a heat pump and he got electric AC and stuff like that. So he don't have any carbon monoxide pumping into the house, any gas or nothing like that. Which I thought was interesting. You know, not to mention, my mom was a kid. My grandmother passed away. My grandmother's mother passed away. I'm sorry. My mother was a kid and my grandmother's mother passed away. So my mother said my grandfather was at work and he worked at Westinghouse overnights and stuff like that. And my mother said she was in the bed with my grandmother. And my mother's name is Carolyn, right? And my grandmother's name was Carolyn. So my mom says she keeps hearing somebody go, Carolyn, get up. Carolyn, get up. Right? And my mother thought it was weird because everybody called her Ginger. But Carolyn, get up. So my mother says she opens her eyes and looks, and her grandmother is sitting on the edge of the bed trying to wake my grandmother up. But she said something was off about it. And she said she got scared and she covered up she pulled the blanket over her head and closed her eyes and eventually fell back to sleep or whatever. My mother says she wakes up the next morning. My grandmother's in the kitchen crying and told my mother that her grandmother had passed away. My mother told my grandmother, like, but I just seen her last night. She was trying to wake you up. I think there's a lot to spirituality. I think there's a lot to this extraterrestrial alien thing. I think there's a lot to good and evil that people dismiss, and I don't think people should dismiss it. Jason Lenz, he right there with me. Extraterrestrial equals extra terrain. Yeah, that's why I think that maybe some of these beings that we've been seeing live here. Maybe that ice wall is a thing. Maybe it is an ice wall, and then there's other continents beyond the ice, like Dr. Richard Byrd said. Maybe the earth is a lot larger than they tell us. Do y'all eyes water when y'all talk about spooky supernatural things? That's what happens to things that happen to yourself. No, I get goosebumps sometimes though. I get goosebumps a lot when I talk about shit like that. Cause it sounds crazy. It sounds nuts, right? But it may not be that. It may not be that crazy. I'm starting to feel like it's not that crazy. But like I said, maybe there was some kind of being there that people were seeing. Maybe that being had I don't know, maybe that being had some kind of influence over the people out there. And certain people could see it. Other people couldn't, but was being influenced by it to do certain things. I don't know. They say the devil is the god of this world. That actually was said by Jesus. Supernatural is real. I've seen way too much in my lifetime. That's how I feel. Have you ever heard the theory that Earth is more so like a Rubik's Cube? I never heard that one. Have you ever talked about someone and they've called you right away, or talked about a movie or a song and it played? Yeah, I've done it. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. That's when I started to really understand the laws of attraction. I think I started understanding the laws of attraction by like studying that stuff. Make no mistake, y'all, the laws of attraction, that's the thing. Whether you believe in the Bible, you believe in the Torah, you believe in the Quran, the laws of attraction, that's a real thing. Even in the Bible, they tell you speak things into existence, right? It's laws of attraction. Jeannie said the aliens just wanted some Cinnabon. What up, Jeannie Rogers? That is funny. The algos mimic universal reality. The universal reality, is that like a universal consciousness? Like we're all attached, like the ether that we're all in attaches all of our consciousness to make this, I guess, this place real. Is that what you're talking about? Goosebumps is you tuning in to Christ consciousness. Okay. Words of spells. Yeah, I've always heard that. Rudy in the building. Like you trying to speak the lottery into existence, Cannon. It's not working. Oh man. I think so. Like, what's the guy named Edgar Casey? Edgar Casey's another example. Like where he was, I guess he was in tune with God, and like people could ask him questions while he was asleep, and he would give them the answers, and that shit be for real. Until like somebody tried to take advantage of him as he got older, and then he lost that ability. Y'all remember this? We gotta do a story on Edgar Casey. I might actually try to get my father on the stream, because he's really like studied up on Edgar Casey. But the funny part about the lottery thing, Rudy, is when I was a kid, I was like 5 or 6 years old. My grandmother used to play the lottery every day. Pick 3 and pick 4, right? Every day she'd go down to the spot called Redmond's and she'd go get her lottery tickets, right? Her, my aunts, all of them. So one day they just started letting me pick numbers. And I would just go, okay, I'll close my eyes and just say the numbers, right? And every time I gave them numbers, I was always off by the last number. And it would always be one off. Just that one number was always off. I don't remember if it was off by 1 or like as far as like if it was a 3, it was a 4 or a 2. But it was always off by that one number every single time. I got all the other numbers right but that one number. And it was always the pick 4. I was always off by the one number. and they couldn't figure that shit out. They say, get every number right but the last number. And I just kept doing that. I just kept getting every number right but the last number. There's been times where my mom, she'd be like, I don't know. I think kids or sons are really in tune with their mothers. Like, I'll be upstairs in my room playing, and I think I hear my mother calling me, and I go, huh? And she go, I didn't call you, but I was thinking about calling you. And it happened quite a bit. Where I'll be like, what's up, Ma? She's like, I was about to call you. I didn't even say your name yet. I'm like, I thought I heard you call me. She's like, I didn't say anything yet. She's I was getting ready to, but she didn't even say your name. I'm like, I don't know. Trying to say we psychic. I thought that shit was crazy when I was a kid. I ain't psychic, man. She's like, maybe it's just between me and you. I don't know. She was fascinated by stuff like that. She still is. She still is fascinated about things like that. You already know, says, happens with me and my son a lot. Christ consciousness, we all anointed. We just keep forgetting. That's true. I agree. Yeah, Loki just blessed me today. $20 and 10 memberships, man. Loki the man. I appreciate it. Like I said, you can also donate to the channel, guys. $ Cannon Hotep on Cash App. See it in the top left-hand corner. Super Chat, Rumble Rants, always welcome. Yeah, I'm going to be at the Grifties. Oh, yeah, by the way, guys. So, I was trying to give away a VIP ticket to the Grifties. When I went to buy the VIP ticket to give away to the Grifties, they were sold out. Now, that's a great problem, but then I was like, damn, ain't that a bitch? I wanted to give away a VIP ticket to, a subscriber. By the way, if you want to come to the Grifties, guys, hit that subscribe button and hit the thumbs up. Leave your name in the comments as well. So what I did was I bought two general admission Grifties tickets, and I'm gonna give away 2 general admissions Grifties tickets. All you gotta do is subscribe to the channel, hit the thumbs up, and I'll see my new subscribers, and and all my old subscribers. You're included too. I'll eeny, meeny, miny, moe it. And then I'll announce it, I don't know. I'll announce it at the end of the month. Let's say January 30th or 31st, whatever. I mean, how many days in this fucking month? I'll announce it on January 31st who wins the Grifties tickets. Now, it'll be 2 winners. I'll give 1 Grifties ticket to 2 people. General admission. It is on you to make your trek there, your journey there. I will not be paying for transportation or any rooms. I'm just giving you the ticket to come hang out with us and enjoy yourselves. Oh, it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be fantastic. Yes, I am a Virgo. My birthday is September the 7th. Dirty Jersey gonna be lit. Yeah, it is, yo. We already put Jabari on notice. We crashing. What if the alien look like that though? Y'all still busting? If the alien look like that, y'all still busting? That is hilarious. Most psychics are Virgos, is that right? It's they having it at the Comedy Dojo. I'm just not sure what part of, I don't know. I'm not sure what part of Jersey that is. They say it's the Comedy Dojo, wherever that is. Loki said all day. coming, Steph? Oh, is that right? Joe Ham Sandwich said, hell yeah, there's sex slaves in Star Wars. Oh, man. That is funny. Oh, man. That is funny. Morris Plains, New Jersey. All right, that's what's up. I'm making the trip. I'm going to tell you that much. Y'all will see me there. I'm going to be, hopefully I'm Buff Cannon Hotep by the time I get there. Hopefully I'm Buff Cannon Hotep by the time I get there. I'm still keeping the weight off. I gotta get my workout game jumping like I used to. Oh, it would have been fun if you was there. I know you all the way over there on the left coast. Was that the left coast? It's the west coast, the left coast? Yeah, you over there on the left coast. It's all good, you know. You'll be there with us in spirit. Oh, man. Steph said he got his VIP ticket already. That's what's up. That's what's up. Ronan said he going to be there. What is this? Get out of here. There we go. Ronan said he going to be there. Looking forward to meeting everyone. Going to be excited to be around like-minded individuals. Yeah, it's going to be a fun time, yo. And if you new and you in Jersey or you close, HotepNation.com. Let me go ahead and pull that up real quick. Here we go. HotepNation.com. Hit the Grifties tab. Get your tickets. Get your tickets. Also, nominate your favorite grifter of the year. Hotep Jesus is in second place. Who's Thomas Fellows of Colorado Ped Patrol? Who is that? Anybody know who Thomas Fellows is? Rudy said it's rigged. Yeah, we in Jersey, yo. Who else we got? We got Attorney General Letitia James, Special Counsel Jack Smith, Donnie T, Frauditor Troll, Bryson Gray in 7. Retro Neon is in 8th place. And somebody named Always Marco. That is funny. It's going to be a good time, y'all. It's going to be a fantastic time. And if you ain't catch the other grifties, you know, the previous grifties, you can also catch it from that website from, like I said, HotepNation.com. Hit the grifties tab. Buy a ticket. See last year's grifties. This year we're doing it in person. It's going to be lit. It's going to be lit. Zan said if he go, he bringing jars of shrooms. Oh, Lord. Oh, my goodness gracious. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. But, yeah, Grifties, SoulTapNation.com. Hit the Grifties tab. Get your tickets. And like I said, I'll be giving out tickets. I'm giving out 2 tickets to 2 subscribers. Like I said, all my old subscribers, you guys are included. But if you're new and you want to come to the Grifties and you live close by, hit the subscribe button. This goes for Rumble and YouTube. Hit the subscribe button and hit the thumbs up. And I'm going to pick 2 people. I'll pick one from YouTube and I'll pick one from Rumble. Let's do it like that. Matt Earth Theory with the 1999 Super Chat. More intergalactic fiat currency. More problems. I appreciate that. I appreciate you blessing the channel. Man. Okay, I hope so. I know HJ and them ain't going to slack on the venue, because I can't be strapped in Jersey. I can be strapped everywhere else. Jersey and New York, can't be strapped in those states. I ain't going to jail. I'm not going to jail. I can carry in 42 states. Jersey and Florida, Jersey and New York, they ain't one of them. Definitely leaving the heat at home, yo. Definitely leaving the heat at home. Might have to bring one of these pokey pokies. Might have to bring a hokey pokey with me. I don't know. Might have one of these hokey pokies attached to my suit. We'll see. Steph said Morris County is safe. Cool. But yeah, guys. But in conclusion, when it comes to Miami and the shadow beings that they said they saw, I don't know. It could have just been for the kids, but that response that they generated just for some kids, I know it was a lot of kids, but that response that they generated was crazy. That was a lot. That was like red alert, all hands on deck. Like there was an invasion happening. That's the type of response we need down there on the border. That's the response we need down there on the southern border right there, is that response they had in Florida. Just saying. I'm gonna be like, back off, bro. Bring my Temu bug out bag. My bug out bag stay with me. I ain't got no Temu bag. We built one, but I never put it together. I might still do it though. Oh, so we got a mask. We got a gas mask from Temu. My father, we got that shit, and we got we bought NATO canisters, filters. So we gonna test it out on my brother. I'm at the stream that shit. We gonna test that fucking mask out on my brother. If that shit worked, then oh shit, those $28 gas masks might be worth it. But people can't afford a $100, $200 mirror safety or Parcel mask. We'll see though. We will see. What's this? Oh. Okay. But yeah. Oh, this was a fun stream. It's snowing out here, like I said. But it's like 40 degrees, so it ain't gonna stick. But it's supposed to snow tonight into tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes. I hate the snow. I can't stand it because I gotta go out there and shovel the shit. And I still gotta go to work. You always be like, yay, snow. Like, no, I gotta go to work. I don't feel like being on the streets with these assholes that shouldn't be out there and getting stuck in traffic. I don't. If you can't make it to work, call out that day. That's how I feel. I can't stand snow. Just saying. Just saying. Jersey's either super suburban or super hood. No in between. Man. Hey, fuck it. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun, guys. It's going to be fun. 6 inches plus and still coming down where you at? Huh. Damn. Man. Anyway, I'm going to leave y'all guys with 2 things, right? I'm going to leave y'all with 2 things. We're going to play Unk's rant again. And then I want to leave y'all with this, I forgot the name. I just saved it. It was real powerful in my opinion. But I want to play it. But before we go, this police response, guys, I feel like it wasn't just for a bunch of teenagers acting up. Something else was happening. And the alien thing could be a distraction. I don't know. Just saying. Anyway. If you're new, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon. It'll let you know when I got new content coming out. Please share this stream. Let people know we live. If you're catching a replay, leave a comment. Let me know how I'm doing. I can use that constructive criticism. The questions of the day is, we got a new question for the day. Would you bust a sexy alien? Would you bust a sexy alien? And where were you during Juneteenth? Anyway, let me find this thing about from what I do with it. Man, there we go. History. There we go. Let me see. Can you do like a queue thing on YouTube, yo? Can't you like add shit to your queue? Oh, maybe I could do it like this. Hold on. I don't want to do that. Dang, this is really messing me up right now. Share. That ain't it. How the fuck? All right, fuck it. We just gonna do it a different way. All right, let's do this first. Boom. Swap out. Damn, made me do that. Sorry, boomer tech moment, guys. Boomer tech moment. Leave me alone. Emmanuel. Here we go. All right, so. Okay, there we go. All right, guys. Studio mode. Let me see. All right, guys. Till next time, it's Cannon Hotep saying be safe, stay strapped, don't miss. I'll holler at you.
No, a lot of people were saying if it was black folks, right?
Oh, yeah. That
Can we talk
comparison.
about this? If
Yes.
black folks were doing it,
Yeah.
it'd be a different. Even Biden said it. Biden announced his attorney general today. He even came up with this BS. If Black Lives Mattered was the storming the Capitol, the results would have been far different. Okay. Oh, really? Yeah, you're right. You're right. Y'all right. It'd be way different. I remember all summer, y'all burned down city after city. What did the NBA do? The NBA put Black Lives Matter on a goddamn logo, on the goddamn court, in the goddamn NBA playoffs.
Facts.
They made commercials. They made goddamn service announcements. It was Black Lives Matter everywhere. Every company got in on it.
Yep.
Every company.
Yep. Big money.
Oh, yo, kiss my ass. Like, what the hell y'all talking about? It'd be way different. They would have shot. You know what really says? It really says you shine, you're scared as shit. Y'all don't got the balls the white man got. The white man said, fuck it, I'm going to go get me some freedom. We going right up in the goddamn Capitol. You know what you shines did? Oh, I'm going to get me some drip. I'm going to go to Target. I'm going to go to Walmart. I'm going to go to Gucci. I'm going to do all that. White man said, fuck that goddamn drip. I'm going to get me some goddamn freedom. That's what the white man said. The price, you heard what Malcolm said. See, y'all like to pick and choose what Malcolm says.
Yep.
Y'all like to pick and choose. Malcolm said the price for freedom is death.
Yes.
The white man learned that. He know that for a fact.
Yes.
They knew that. The white man knew that in 1776, motherfucker. No, a lot of people were saying if it was black folks, right?
Oh, yeah. That
Can we talk
comparison.
about this? If
Yes.
black folks were doing it,
Yeah.
it'd be a different. Even Biden said it. Biden announced his attorney general today. He even came up with this BS. If Black Lives Mattered was the storming the Capitol, the results would have been far different.
The devil is only afraid of Christians trying to fly in prayer, who've got a bit of life in them. He's not worried about religion. He's not worried about prayers. But Christians who are really trying to pray in the name of Jesus, that gets him really worried. And therefore, he attacks at that point. As the little jingle puts it, Satan trembles when he sees the weakest saint upon his knees. Don't underestimate the devil and don't treat him as a joke. But he does tremble when he sees the weakest saint upon his knees. I believe that when you come to know the Lord, you come to know the devil at the same time. And if someone says to me, well, I don't have any experience of the devil, I've never come across the devil, I honestly wonder how far they've gone with the Lord. Because as I said 2 weeks ago, the devil is not in hell tonight, he's in heaven. The book of Job makes that quite clear. He patrols the earth, but his home is heaven. And we wrestle against the powers of evil, not in the hellish places, but in the heavenly places. That's where they are. And when you really get through to the Lord, you get through to Satan, because that's where he is. He is in the heavenly places, and he's up there. And when you get through up there in prayer, you get through to him as well as to the Lord Jesus. And that's why prayer becomes a real difficulty. Now, the first thing in any battle is to define your enemy, to identify your enemy. Before you decide how you can overcome him, you've got to identify him. You've got to be sure you've identified the right enemy. Never pray against people, because you're not wrestling against flesh and blood. Human beings are not the enemies. We are wrestling against beings without bodies. We are wrestling against the devil himself in prayer, and it is a real battle. Now let me just tell you a bit about the devil first, so that you've got a clear picture in your mind of what we're praying against. Christians are called not only to pray for people, but to pray against certain persons, chief of whom is Satan himself. Let me then tell you something of what the Bible says about him. First of all, the Bible does not paint him as a horned creature with a forked tail. That's the sort of thing that makes us laugh at him, take him less than seriously. See, the Bible says he's a real person. The Bible never calls the devil it, always he. Next, the Bible says that he has a heart and a mind and a will, and if a heart and a mind and a will don't make a personality, I don't know what does. It talks about the devil's feelings, talks about his thoughts, and it talks about his motives. And that means to me a person. So the devil is not just a kind of vague word to sum up all the forces of evil in the world. Now, Jesus himself took Satan desperately seriously. He never made a joke about him. He never laughed at him. He never caricatured him. Here are some of the titles that Jesus gave Satan. He said he is the prince of this world. When Satan offered Jesus all the kingdoms of the world, Jesus did not say they are not yours to give, because he knew perfectly well they were Satan's to give. And it is a horrible thought, if you really realize it, that the world in which we live is ruled over by Satan. He is the prince of this world. But let's take it a step further. Do you know that another title Jesus gave to Satan? He said he's not only the ruler or prince of this world, he is the God of this world. The only other person beside his heavenly Father to whom Jesus ever applied the word God was Satan. He said, my heavenly Father is God of everything. But of this world, Satan is God, which means very simply not only that Satan controls this world and is able to manipulate science and education and politics for his own ends. More than that, Satan is actually the real God whom most people on earth worship, whether they know it or not. That behind so much religion, behind so much activity, Satan is the one who's being worshipped. He's the person. And even by some who go to church and chapel on Sunday, in reality, he's their God. For they worship the things that he offers them. They want the things of the world that he belongs to and rules over, rather than setting their mind on the things that are above, where Jesus is. And if you want this world, and if you want the things of this world, then I give you a piece of advice. Make Satan your God. If you want this world, he's a wonderful God to have, because he'll give it to you. There's only one snag. There's always a price to pay. When the bill comes in, you may not be quite so happy, but he'll give it to you. He can give you money, he can give you fame, he can give you anything you want, because it's his to give. Where have you been, Satan, says God in the book of Job? Well, I've been patrolling the earth. I've been looking around my estate. And he had. Now let's get this clear. That doesn't mean that God is helpless in this world. It does mean, and we've got to think this through, that God is allowing Satan to be prince of this world and God of this world. He's allowed it. And people say, what does God think he's doing allowing that? Well, I would just say my only answer to that one is, what's he doing allowing you to be like you are? Why should you blame him for allowing Satan to rebel when he allowed you to? The answer is very simple. He's a father and he will not force any of his creatures to go his way. And he gives you freedom to rebel. And we can't grumble about him giving the angels freedom, though they have superior intelligence and strength, because he gave us the same freedom and we've used it in the wrong way. The true Christian takes the devil very seriously indeed. Some of you listening to me tonight just know how seriously you take him. I just hope you never do have a direct encounter with him, because it's pretty scary. And you can only come through it because you know that he's already a defeated foe. Do you know there are 2 books in the Bible that the devil hates more than any other 2 books in the Bible? Out of all 66, there are 2 that say more about him than any others, and it's these that he has attacked more than any others. They are the one at the beginning and the one at the end, Genesis and Revelation. And you know why he hates them? Because Genesis describes his devices and Revelation describes his doom. And he hates those 2 books. And there has been more scholarly attack on the book of Genesis than any other book, and more attempt to turn it into myth and legend and away from fact than any other book in the Bible. Why? Because Satan doesn't want you to believe that Genesis 3 ever happened. He doesn't want you to know how he got hold of Eve. He doesn't want you to believe that he said what he did to that first married couple. And he attacks the book of Genesis. But the other book which he hates more than any other is the book of Revelation, because as you read through that book, you come to a point where it says that the devil himself will be cast into the lake of fire. He'll be bound in prison first and not allowed to trouble men, and then he'll finally be put in the lake of fire. He so hates that bit. I must tell you that the Bible makes it absolutely clear that Satan is already a defeated foe. And if he gets hold of you, he's bluffing you. Call his bluff. If you've been baptized, say, Satan, I'm not only dead, I'm buried. You're talking to a dead man. Don't you know that in baptism you are buried with him? You're buried. That's the point of baptism, to have a funeral of someone who's died. And the funeral helps you to say goodbye to an old life. It says that's finished. That's the last time I see that life. And Satan doesn't like people getting baptized for that reason. He doesn't like us having a public funeral of someone who's died. Because you see, when you reckon yourselves dead and call his bluff and say, I'm dead and buried, and Satan, you saw my funeral, whether it was a Millmead or Commercial Road or somewhere else, you were present at my funeral service, I'm dead and buried, stop tempting me. You will find to your extraordinary delight that he has to go. Resist the devil and he'll run from you. And you resist him on the ground of fact and on the ground of the Word of God. Well, that's the real battle that's on. Let me now then talk about his relationship to prayer. What we can do to the devil in prayer. Now this is exciting. We can lay him flat in prayer. We are told in the New Testament we are to take the initiative against him. Do you know that Jesus told us to pray every day about the devil? Do you know that? The original prayer that he taught his disciples when they said, Lord, teach us to pray. He said, pray like this. Say, Dad in heaven. Then pray for the things he wants. His name, his will, his kingdom. Then he said, pray for the things you need. You need food. You need forgiveness. Then he said, finish by praying this. Deliver us from the evil one. And I think it's tragic that English versions have got away from that. We've turned evil into a thing in our thinking. It's not a thing, it's a person. There's no evil anywhere in the universe apart from persons. Evil is an intensely personal thing. There's no love in the universe apart from persons who love. And so evil is personal. And Jesus said, pray daily, deliver us from the evil one. Start your prayer by thinking of your dad in heaven, but end your prayer by thinking of the devil on earth and go out to face him. And so we can deliver through prayer from the power of the evil one. Ephesians chapter 6 from verse 10. Last of all, I want to remind you that your strength must come from the Lord's mighty power within you. Put on all of God's armor so that you will be able to stand safe against the strategies and tricks of Satan. For we are not fighting against people made of flesh and blood, but against persons without bodies, the evil rulers of the unseen world, those mighty satanic beings and great evil princes of darkness who rule this world, and against huge numbers of wicked spirits in the spirit world. So use every piece of God's armor to resist the enemy whenever he attacks, and when it is all over, you will still be standing up. But to do this, you will need the strong belt of truth and the breastplate of God's approval. Wear shoes that are able to speed you on as you preach the good news of peace with God. In every battle you will need faith as your shield to stop the fiery arrows aimed at you by Satan. And you will need the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the Word of God. Pray all the time. Ask God for anything in line with the Holy Spirit's wishes. Plead with Him, reminding Him of your needs, and keep praying earnestly for all Christians everywhere.
Don't relax and take notes. Niggas need to wake up. Niggas need to relax and take notes. Niggas need to wake up. Niggas need to relax.